Alright, I know I'm late to this. It happens sometimes, but I was not home yesterday, and today I was just not feeling well, and I basically didn't really have much to do. And then there was also construction going on in my house until like 5 p.m. while they're renovating the bathroom. It's finally done. I can use my own bathroom again. Instead of having to go all the way to my aunt's. Oh well, that's a little bit of my personal life out of the way. You guys don't need to know much more than that. Anywho, it's chapter 1166, and I believe, or at least I hope, that the whole God Valley nonsense is done. So, a little bit of a recap. We last left off in our read-through series of the Elbaph arc, or should I say the flashback arc, because I'm assuming we're not done yet, because we still don't know what happened to Harold. So, I assume this chapter is going to cut back to that. Lastly, before we begin, as always, you can always read along with me. The 3 most recent chapters are available for free on Wiz, which means even up to 2 weeks, possibly 4 weeks, after I have put this on YouTube, you'll be able to read along with me. And then, even then, for posterity's sake, these videos are still worth watching just to see what my genuine reaction to for those who do have physical copies of the media. Because that's partially what this is here for. I'm just here to do this so that I can share my opinions, probably post some of my own theories out there, as well as some of my own predictions and feelings on the chapters as a whole. I've been very passionate about One Piece, and I've been reading/watching it since 2004, 2003? A long time ago. I generally keep track of the time periods in my life based on where I lived. And I think in 2003 I was living in Pleasanton. I think I moved into the San Jose area roughly in 2006. And I had already been reading/watching One Piece at that point. I was watching, I think, the 4Kids dub at that point. I don't think I got into the Funimation dub till around 2008, 2009. When did Funimation pick it up? I want to say they picked it up in like 2006-ish. And even then, I think I was still not even caught up on the 4Kids dub at that point. But all I do know is that between 2006 and 2011, I definitely got full into it at that point. Anyway, that was a little bit of a longer intro than is normally given on one of these streams. But, last little plug. Join the Discord if you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Anyway, this is live on Twitch TV/SheetStreams if you're watching this the day after, or even like an hour after on YouTube. Usually within an hour to 2 hours after I have these uploaded to YouTube, and I put chapters in the bottom thumbnail, or whatever the track bar is at the bottom. I put a lot of effort into the YouTube channel, more than I honestly feel like I need to do. Anyway, let's start with page 1. As you can already see on the track bar beneath me, we're on page 1, and it looks like there's a full color spread. Based on a request, Yamato and Otama collecting fallen leaves and baking potatoes with tanukis and foxes by Nayama. Finished the artwork. Got everybody in like autumn wear, cooking potatoes on burning leaves, an old Japanese tradition that I'm sure you've seen in an anime or two at this point. Also, I should also point out that I started reading the manga during the Whole Cake Island arc. That's when I started reading it physically. And I was reading spoilers back then. I was reading the leaked version. When did I go official? I think I started reading the official version probably by Wano. Definitely in Wano. Don't remember when in Wano. It might have been at the start of Wano, might have not been. Alright, let's go to page 2. Let's see what's going on page 2. No page 1 on page 1. Alright, chapter 116. News stories. We still have the black bars on everything, which means that we are still in a flashback. Alright, we see Rox coughing. I'm assuming he's dying. Curse is worn off. Oh, it's a thought bubble. Looks like Roger and Garp are also unconscious. Oh, there's some shadowy figures coming. And that's the end of pages 2 and 3 because page 2 is just blank. Page 2 is blank because it just has the One Piece logo on it because it's probably the inside of the cover. Because we have that color spread. This is going to be a shorter chapter, although I do see 22 pages on the track page. The last 2 pages are usually ads. So let's go to pages 4 and 5. Ah, there's the figures that are approaching. It's the Holy Knights. Nope, guess not. Alright. Zebek says that Garp and Roger should run. No reason to stick around and die with me. Alright, and gotta say one last thing. That just stopped me. And it looks like... is that, not Garling. That's Sommers. It looks like Sommers is gonna do the finishing blow to Zebek while he's unconscious. Oh, it looks like Rayleigh and Gabon came back and grabbed both Garp and Roger. Which is actually a very interesting parallel when you think about it, because Zoro actually goes back and saves Smoker during the Elbaph arc to prevent him from drowning. Worried about your enemy? You guys are enemies too. What happened to Rox, Rayleigh? They killed him. Oh, the island is collapsing. Why is the island collapsing? Sinking into the sea. Don't let the pirates escape. Roger's ship is on the move. Open fire. Alright, Odabox time. Absent from the pages of recorded history. That's it? That's all you're going to say? Better continue on the next page. Let's go to 6 and 7. We're on page 7 by a 7-minute mark. Like a curtain falling on the stage, the island crumbled in upon itself and was shrouded in a deep mist. This is a broad account of what happened in the mysterious, obscure God Valley incident. But after a brief moment of silence, a massive lightning bolt with countless branches split the sky. And with that, a number of news stories began. There was the sky split and the lightning. We've seen that happen a lot in One Piece, where the sky splits when like two Yonkos or whatever really powerful individuals clash. I think the first time we see it happen was with Roger and Red and Shanks. And then again we saw it with Big Mom and Kaido. And then again with Kaido and Luffy. I'm sure there's at least one other instance that I'm not remembering off the top of my head. But anyway, during this large speech from the author, we see Marines shooting, Garp recovering, Roger recovering, Newgate looking off in the distance, Big Mom looking off in the distance, Kaido's a dragon. And underneath the Kaido is a dragon. We have Dragon, I think, just looking off into the distance. Baby Shanks doing something. Oh, we get a little bit of a panel of Ivankov, Ginny, and Kuma. And then lastly, Teach in his mother's arms. That is a large image. A large amount of stuff that's getting covered in this page. I like it when there's a lot of writing and imagery to go with it. All framed around an image of the Roger Pirate's ship getting beset upon by Marines. Well, anyway, that was pages 6 and 7. I guess we can go talk about 8 and 9 now. Let's see. Oh, we still gotta go what? Yeah, not until Roger wakes up. Right, Captain Roger, I want to see those chests. Oh, I forgot about this. This is probably where they find Baby Shanks in the chests. Sorry to worry you all. You guys are better now. Anyway, let's check it out. Were you really worried for me or not? No. Okay, so Roger's crew does not give a shit about Roger, and I think that's a really funny joke. We got Shaggy out, safe and sound. And Shaggy's in Rayleigh's arms. And we made off with all this treasure. Whoa, what a haul. Huh. And that came from inside the chest. There's something in there. Careful when you open it. A baby. Alright, and there's baby Shanks, I think. Unless that crackpot theory that I saw floating around that this is actually Shamrock. And that Shanks is actually evil still, and he was raised by the Celestial Dragons. But then eventually went back. And then got raised by Roger, or whatever. There's a lot of stupid theories that I think are... Occam's razor, this is Shanks. I don't even want to comment on it anymore. It's a dumb theory. Pages 10 and 11 time. We're moving at a really steady pace here. This might actually not even be a 35-minute stream. Usually we stream for about 35 minutes on this. Where was I? Page 10 and 11. Ooh, more Oda boxes. The downfall of the Rocks Pirates, the story, of course, was heavily sanitized and prominently featured the exploits of Garp the Hero. The Rocks Pirates are done for. Rocks is dead. People are celebrating. I just knew Vice Admiral Garp was the real strongest man around. Garp, Garp, Garp. Everyone's cheering. Garp the Hero. Navy HQ, Grand Line. What is this drivel? Oh, Garp's probably not going to like it. Vice Admiral Garp, stop. Bring me Morgans. Guy needs to answer for this. I'll stop it. Garp, the government clearly paid him off to write this. Alright, so this we're going to get to see what good old Sengoku has to say about this. Sengoku, I believe, and was it Sengoku or was it Garp that revealed the existence of the Rocks Pirates all the way back during the Reverie? I want to say it was Garp. If I remember correctly, it's Garp. World government and the Navy are massive organizations. If you include all the militaries and yada yada yada, tens of millions of soldiers across the world, it's impossible to be completely aware of what every last one of them is doing. What are you talking about, and why is this relevant? When I notice that upper management is doing something insane, I can just look the other way. Huh? That's what I hate about you, Sengoku, you ladder-climbing fool! Shut up, what is barking from the bottom of the cuff going to accomplish? Stop it, you two. Who's saying that? I can't make it out. If you turn out like that, I'm gonna kill you myself. Well, with friends like you, how can I possibly go wrong? Don't tell me you're quitting, Garp. Think I'm some kind of idiot? I got plenty to protect down at the bottom of the cliff, as you call it. Okay. Bottom of the cliff, not bottom of the cuff. I misread that. Which is just Garp reiterating what he said in the previous chapter. That's why he wants to stick with the Marines. He wants to protect the next generation of Marines and hopefully prevent them from being corrupt like the people at the top now. Alrighty, pages 12 and 13. We are probably about 2/3 done with this chapter at this point. And we still haven't cut back to Harold yet. I thought we would have cut back to Harold by now. Oh, speak of the devil, Elbaph, the New World. You're back again? I'm not taking you with me. How many times do I gotta say it, Squirt? You really think I take kids on my... Oh, is this a flashback? Within a flashback? It's Zebek talking to Loki. Oh, what a mess. Ignored by the guy whose attention I want. And followed around by some annoying snot-nosed brat instead. Okay, so this is actually another extended interaction. Because apparently he visited the island several times trying to recruit Harold. I guess I'm surprised we didn't get to see more of these scenes back when Zebek was still alive in the flashback. I think you're Nika, Rocks. Nika. The warrior of liberation. He laughs as he tears down the world. He tears it down, well, I'm gonna be king of the world. If anyone's got that kind of power, it's Harold. Huh? Listen to this, Loki. Slumbering somewhere out there in the world is a bunch of incredible destroyers by the name of the Galila. which I didn't make this connection way back when, but when they first brought this up a few chapters ago, the Galila is obviously what Galila, the company that Iceberg is currently the head of, has made. And also the giant silhouettes match the frozen people in Punk Hazard that were shown when Galila was first brought up. And the guy who can actually control them is your old man. I could have all the outlaws in the world under my command. Me and Harold team up, who could possibly stop us? Wow, that's so cool. Why doesn't my dad team up with you? Because of love. But I'll keep coming back 100 times, 200, many as it takes. Loki's reading the newspaper now, I guess, and wah. Baby cry. How old is Loki in this scene? Like 16, 20-something? Giant ages is weird. Alright, pages 14 and 15. Getting close to the end. There's probably 2 to 4 pages left. Been an assault. It was King Harold of Elbaph. On a certain island. Has he hurt any civilians? No. A giant ruffian that he's beaten. But it's so brutal. What's happening? So Harold's fighting giants on other islands. You still don't get it, do you? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I'll never pillage humans again. You don't get it. None of you do. All of you scum with size as your only quality are the ones who built the giant's history of terror. Because of you, no one believes us. They don't believe that we'll seek a peaceful seat among the nations of the world. The quest to be on the UN Council. Your Majesty, he's unconscious. I wanted Elbaph to join the world government, to avoid losing their faith. That was why I couldn't help him. He regrets not being able to help Rox. Although I think he did blow up his own ship, so that Rox could get away. And then we get a flashback. It was back in that meeting, he said, whichever side fortune is on, it doesn't feel like it's mine. Lend me your aid. My greatest friend begged me for help, and I turned my back on him. I left him there to die. Oh, Harold feeling a lot of regret. He's crying. He's got the ugly man tears. I guess we go to 16 and 17. Gotta be the last 2 pages. It's not. It's not the last 2 pages. I don't see a to be continued down here. 16 and 17. Now I cannot turn back from this path. I refuse to overlook the evil of giants. King of the Giants becomes deranged. Navy HQ, underground cells. Oh, it's Dragon. He's Dragon's in a cell. Quit in the Navy, Dad. I know. And on that topic, I'm disgusted with you. I know. Oh, Garp threw him the key. Oh, so Garp let Dragon go. That makes sense. That must be why he was thinking so hard about whether or not he should do that to Ace. Because, like, Garp's actions in Marineford, people act like he's a scumbag and he just let Ace die. He was extremely conflicted through that entire scenario. Go back and read any line Garp says during that entire war. Harold, I made up my mind, Ida. Chief Jarl, it's time for me to set aside these half measures. Arjun, Loki, you are my sons, and I love you both. I want the 2 of you to work together. To support Elbaph after I'm gone. An Elbaph Royal Navy ship, what? Navy HQ, Marineford. I'm very sorry, King Harold, but I've been instructed to not allow you to land. He's charging into Marineford? What is he plan to do? 18 and 19, there's the to be continued. Officers of the Navy and dignitaries of the world government, please hear me out. Oh, he's grabbing his horns. He ripped them off. Everybody's grabbing their heads. Yow, that looks like it hurts. Allow me this chance to atone for 1,000 years of history. I want to apologize for all the mistakes that giant kind has made. I wish to prove my oath of peace, so that the children of Elbaph can lead fruitful lives, without hurting anyone, so that they can live hand in hand with humanity. I want a chance to atone for our sins. That means I must be a slave, so be it. And then the last thing we see, out of the corner of the last panel, Emu's stupid eye, with a grrr kanji going out of it. The path to peace is painful. That is my big takeaway. And that's probably going to be the panel I use right there, or when I make the thumbnail. So, highlights. Let's go in reverse order. This entire last page, I was wondering when we would get to this scene. I'm surprised he hadn't ripped off his horns up until this point. I kind of forgot about it. This is hands down the biggest highlight of the chapter for me. We see how Dragon quits the Navy. That's a big thing. I bet people are going to be talking about that. That's got to be a big highlight. Everyone's reactions to Zebek's death is more or less expected. Garp and Sengoku chewing each other out, that's more or less expected. Shanks being found in the chest, I guess we get to see this again. If you read chapter 4 billion / watch the film Red movie, you kind of already see this scene from a different perspective. Although it's funny that this is like the 3rd or 4th time we're seeing this scene. And also, Roger doesn't have his straw hat in this image. He also doesn't have the weird bicorn hat that he had in the film Red version of this image. So this is like the 3rd or 4th time we've seen this image of Shanks in the chest from different angles or different redraws. Roger doesn't even have his mustache yet at this point. And then we have the final moments of Zebek, where it looks like it's Sommers that does the final blow with a sword into Zebek after he's unconscious or fading out. And that's pretty much all the highlights. That is more or less everything that happened in the chapter. A lot of talking, a lot of words, a lot of flowery language, but the plot moved forward. No action, which means we actually got quite a bit of writing. We got some narration as well. But I feel like, as far as highlights go, it's going to be tough to top that final 2 pages with Harold ripping out the horns. Alright, so predictions for next chapter. We definitely have to continue this plotline through. We're still in the large Loki flashback. We need to figure out why Harold goes on a rampage, why Harold ends up dead, and what's going on with Loki's devil fruit. A lot of these questions have yet to be answered. And then after all that's done, we need to still get back to the present day to find out what's going on with the fight against Emu. The entirety of Elbaph is in the balance, so we need to get all of this nonsense out of the way. I don't really have any more predictions for what's going to be happening next. So for the most part, I predict the flashback will continue. I think we have maybe at least 2 or 3 more flashback chapters. Or if Oda wants to round it out, he might put out, there's probably like 1, 2, if I had to guess, 1, 2, 3 chapters left this year, and I bet all 3 of them are still going to be in this flashback. I do not think that we will be done with the flashback before the year ends. That is my big prediction for the future. In lighter news, I don't actually have any lighter news. This is still kind of depressing, all things considered. Anywho, I think we'll just move into the outro now, since I clearly have run out of things to talk about the chapter. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about as I read it. Anyway, channel news. There's only one more planned stream for the next, 2 weeks, and that's going to be the weird cat cake event that's going on in Star Rail. That's it. I'm going to spend my brief little vacation editing and doing assignments. So you should see about at least 3 or 4 more videos get uploaded on the channel between now and the end of next week at various times, not counting this one. And I have yet to decide if I want to actually, while editing, I have not decided yet if I want to edit all of Act 4 of Luna 2 as one video or two. It's about 5 to 6 hours worth of footage. I might just chop it into 2. That's a problem for future me and editor me. As for what everyone else is doing, I don't know. Stay tuned. Join the Discord. That's the way to stay informed of what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. Don't message me directly, but you can post in there. And that's all the news I have for you. I'll see you all in the next stream. I'm going to get towards putting this up on YouTube. Hopefully I'll have it out before the night turns over. If not, by 3 a.m. tomorrow, it should be on the channel. Which, just FYI, it is actually, I mentioned earlier at the start, it's Monday the 24th. And it's like 10:32 p.m. So I could have streamed this earlier, but there was construction going on and I didn't want to hear a bunch of background noise. But that's enough news from me. Hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving, and I'll see you all next week if there's no break next week. Ta-ta!